Well, good morning and Happy New Year. Out on my Royal Enfield this morning. Feeling pretty good, pretty good. We got these weird gray things in the sky right now. I don't know where they came from or how they got here. Might be the end of the world. I have no idea. I've not seen such things in such an incredibly long time. Oh, wait, they're clouds. That's clouds. Never mind. Oh, I know the rest of the country and the rest of the northern hemisphere has been socked in by ice cold weather and crappy riding and everything else, and you know what? I definitely count my blessings. It is beautiful out. This is one of the chillier mornings we've had this year so far, and that's I want to say it's about 40 degrees out. So I'm bundled up a little more than usual. Oh, Royal Enfield. I really enjoy this bike. What's going on here? Look at that. Now, a lot of the green has died off around the Tanque Verde River down here, but still, the sun across the tops of the mountains right there, it hadn't quite come up yet. Just before sunrise. Look at that. Oh, it's gorgeous. I love it. Beautiful. Beautiful. I am an early morning person. I am not a late night person. Not anymore. And man, I love getting out here on these wide open, uncongested roads early in the mornings. That's the best time to be out, for me anyway. It just, if you folks aren't normally morning people, you need to get out before the sunrise and just watch how the sun changes everything as it lights up. It's fantastic. All the shadows and contours. I know the GoPro will stretch it all out and make it look far away because of the settings, but you know, these mountains up here, there's so many layers to them that it changes throughout the day with the light, and the angle of the sun right now is just awesome. You know, you're seeing depth to the mountains that you don't normally see because of the way the sun is resting across it. It's very cool. That sign right there is for those old-fashioned motorcycles. Oh man, it got colder down here. Oh, we're right in the middle of the dry riverbed, and it is really, really cool down here. It probably drops another 10 degrees. Oh. Beautiful, even with all the leaves off the trees, it's still beautiful down here. Which is funny because during the summer, you know, when everything's booming in green, you look at that and go, wow, how great that looks. And then during the winter, when all the leaves are off the trees and everything's looking gray, you come down here and it has a whole different look. If you saw all the bare branches and gray looking tree trunks and stuff, you wouldn't think it was very pretty at all during the summer, but during the winter it still has its own kind of spooky appeal to it. Well, Happy New Year. It's just kind of a rambling vlog. And just going to talk about a few things that, you know, I think I want to do in the new year. Change things up a little bit, and nothing too fancy. I've been having fun with my channel. It's been a while now, and You know, I'm not sure anyone can kind of pin me to one thing or another. I don't always do these sort of just ride around and vlog type videos anymore. I do the adventure bike videos. I still dork around in my garage, but I will be formatting some things a little differently, I think. I've noticed that, oddly enough, videos like this, where I'm just out riding around talking on the Enfield, seem to get the most feedback. And yeah, well, to tell you the truth, I just don't ever think that I'm interesting enough to just run along and vlog all the time, and that I always have to add some stuff to it. So it definitely makes me feel good that those are the videos that have the biggest response. But also too, I realized that a lot of times my camping videos and stuff like that, maybe that's not what people originally tuned into my channel for. So I've actually contemplated starting a second channel just for camping, and I'd still do the MotoVlogs on my way to a camp, maybe do, you know, the gratuitous time lapse of me setting up camp and then call it good night. And then when the lights go out there, that's where the camping video picks up, and just to have a whole separate channel for camping stuff. That way I don't bore the snot out of you folks that normally tune in to watch me wheeling around on one of my bikes. That's just one idea. I'm not committed to doing that yet. Starting a second channel is just, you know, sometimes it's hard to stay up on this one, much less, you know, trying to run a second or third channel. That just, that really seems daunting at times. But anyway, I just wanted to thank everybody for paying attention to my channel, for giving me likes and the conversations. I really enjoy being engaged with you folks. I try to answer every single comment on every single one of my videos. I enjoy that interaction. It's strange, but I really feel like I've developed friendships with a lot of folks through my YouTube channel. And you know, I guess in the past with the internet, to simply say, oh, I'm friends with someone I've never physically met before, would have seemed strange. Would have seemed very strange. I'm cold right now. I'm actually shivering a little bit. But you know, it doesn't seem that strange anymore. And after 3 or 4 years of doing this stuff on YouTube, I feel like I've gotten to know some of you folks. I watch your vlogs a lot of times. I don't always get to comment, because sometimes when I get to watch, I don't always have a chance to sit down with the keyboard and hack out a comment. And I hate to be one of those guys that goes, hey, great, nice vid, and then move on. But so I typically won't do that. But oof. Yeah, I just wanted to thank you folks for watching, and thanks for all the comments. I really enjoy those, and I intend to stay right on top of those. And that's the plans for the new year. That's pretty much it. You know, I have some trips planned, but I'm not going to put them out there this time, because I did that last year, and then I was kind of disappointed with myself when other things came up, and I couldn't go through with a lot of those plans. So that was a bit disappointing, and that, you know, that could kind of take away from some of the anticipation. So I'm not putting all my trip plans out there this year. And for those of you that don't know, right now I'm tooling around in Sir Paul McCartney's neighborhood. What? Yeah, that's right, Sir Paul McCartney. I believe he was knighted recently, right? Well, recently, maybe 15 years ago. I don't even know. He was knighted, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he was knighted. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he is Sir Paul. And I think Elton John was too. But Elton John don't have a house out here. Not that I know of. No, we're in Paul McCartney's neighborhood. The ranch where Linda McCartney spent her last days is just off my right-hand side here. We'll drive down there in just a little bit. There's a nice little shot. You guys know what I'm into here. There's a nice little shot I noticed when I was riding around a couple days ago that I think would look nice. And this is kind of an isolated road. Yeah. So I stopped here to take a few pictures of this lovely place. You could tell this is kind of an uppity neighborhood because while it's not, you know, paved in gold or anything, these people very much like their native scenery. And there's a lady who's walking her very expensive dog by, and she keeps pacing back and forth down at the bottom of the street, putting her hands on her hips, wondering what the hell I'm doing up here. Because I stopped to take a few pictures of the cactus with the sun behind it. How dare I? I don't understand some people. Anyway, as I look south and east here, I'm not going to name the streets. We'll give them some semblance of privacy. I'm sure if you Googled it, you can find it. But that's Paul McCartney's ranch straight ahead of me. You might, with the GoPro being stretched out, be able to see the white buildings that are there. And then they're the last ones out there. The rest of the land, as far as you can see up to the foot of the mountain, is theirs. And then off to the right, just past that telephone pole, that's where the stables and things like that are for their horses. And let me go ahead and get the bike going and start moving before, I don't know, this lady will call the cops because I don't know, got a motorcycle on the street. Report to the neighborhood watch how she saw a motorcycle gang member plotting a criminal activity over here. At any rate, I believe that this property down here was something that McCartney had purchased, and it was before really a lot of Tucson had developed out east. And the way it's set up down here, there's a large area that's reserved along the Tanque Verde Wash where it comes down from Tanque Verde Falls up here in the east mountains of Tucson, where there are some accesses to properties you can only get to on horseback. And that's what they wanted because I guess Linda McCartney was very fond of riding her horses. And that's actually prime horse riding area down there. You're riding your horse through mesquite groves like this, and it's relatively cooler down in these washes and stuff over here than it is everywhere else in Tucson during the summer months. Yeah, you can't see the house from down here because we're down in the sort of in the valley now, as opposed to the up on the hill where I was before. And while these neighborhoods don't look like much, the property that he had purchased was way out there. Tootling around in the neighborhood of a British knight on an English designed motorcycle built by the Indian people in Tucson, Arizona. That is quite the combo, isn't it? Yeah, these mesquite groves right here, they all come back to life in the summer. And you can see why it might be appealing to someone who wants to escape all the excitement of the life of a rock and roller. And as you can see, some of these houses are quite intricate. Yeah. That's not Paul's house. Actually, their house is a lot more modest compared to some of the mansions out here. Like this one's set so far back you can't see it, I'm sure, through the GoPro, but it's massive. I apologize for my nose running. It's it's all part of the deal, I guess. When you're out riding and it's 40 degrees out. Of course, the sun will start picking things up a little bit. But yeah, runny nose. It is that chilly out. I know. I'm gonna hear it from the rest of you. Try 18 below, damn it. Dry ice and salt all over the roads. No, thank you. No, thank you. But I will, though, when that is cast upon me, I will cast back with... yeah, I'll give that a shot as soon as you guys want to come out here and try 120 degrees on the pavement. Good night, everybody. I saw a big mean motorcycle guy. He shouldn't be over here.